Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are out at Link's house, and as you can see, compared to the last video, he has done a shit ton of cleaning, and this thing is looking good. Whole engine bay is degreased and cleaned.
Painted, yeah, we got it all looking good. So, we're using a Pour 15. I don't know if you guys have used this stuff before. I don't know if it's actually called POR 15 or Pour 15. It's a rust preventative painting. We use the degreaser, then the metal prep, and then we did the rust preventative painting, and then we actually topped it with top coat, spray top coat, and then we also used the black engine enamel to paint the engine. I've heard good things about this paint, so we're gonna give it a go and see how it works out.
Yeah, and it looks way better compared to the last video. We still got to cut the old exhaust out and clean that out because we're going to be putting the motor in today. But he painted this whole thing. All of this is all clean now and looks way better since I've been gone. And we're actually getting ready to do valve springs right now because he went and got another tool.
Yep.
And then we're going to be waiting to do all the other valve train. We're going to wait to put the push rods in and stuff to make sure we have clearance to put the motor in, because it's a little tight with the firewall. So hopefully we can get this motor dropped in today. That's the goal. Get the clutch put on it and the flywheel.
Yep. And if you guys see me limping today, yesterday when I was painting all this gearbox, I decided to drop it on my big toe. So I probably have a broken toe right now, but we're just working through it.
It looks broken. It's purple and red and it's nasty, and
I would pull it out, but I don't want to show you guys. So.
it's probably broken. So we're gonna get ticking away at this all these valve springs and try to get these done so we have just a little more clearance instead of doing it with the firewall right above us on cylinder 5 and 6. So let's get to it. Alright guys, this is obviously a 2-dayer. Well, actually it's been 2 weeks since I've been here. We left off trying to put in the motor, and well, it kicked our ass for hours. So I ended up leaving and had other stuff to do that weekend and the following weekend, and Link has been busting his ass. The motor is actually completely done for the most part, right?
Yeah, just about. I think all we need is a couple fuel lines to the lift pump, and she should be able to fire.
So he's already done his manifold, got all of his fleece coolant bypass stuff done, turbo's on, turbo's completely plumbed, everything's tight over here. Intercooler's just kind of put on because it's not put in yet, and then he just got his wheel for the power steering pulley.
Yeah, so I replaced the pump, and the old pulley was so seized on there. I mean, I tried PV Blaster, I tried a torch, I tried everything, and it was just starting to mess up my pulley puller. So I just decided, actually I couldn't find a pulley with the 630 shaft. I could only find it with the 660 shaft, except for the dealership. The dealership wanted $250, so Beans Diesel offers a billet pulley for $150, so I ended up going with that.
So yeah, so he already did 100 horsepower or 60% over injectors.
Yep.
Push rods are all in, valve springs were all done. You guys saw that. I did a little bit of a time lapse of that, and then he finished the injectors. So we ended up using it's still the 5.9 head. He did a 6.7 valve cover because the 5.9 one was...
The filter in it was clogged up, and it's a non-serviceable part, so you have to replace the whole valve cover. And I had this one sitting around, so I just decided to use the 6.7 one. But then I had clearance issues with the 5.9, the stock 5.9 intake horn with this breather tube. So I had to buy an aftermarket intake elbow. It wasn't a huge deal. I was gonna buy a 6.7 intake elbow because I have an 6.7 intake plenum plate. I have 6.7 rail. I have 6.7 fuel lines. The only thing I didn't have was the elbow, and since I had to buy one of those anyway, I was about to. But then this wire, I don't even know where it is. This plug on the 6.7 is in the back, so I would have had to buy an extension, and it just would have been another part that I was waiting on. So maybe a future upgrade, maybe a video that we can do in a few weeks or something. But right now, to get it running, I bought one that I got locally in stock.
So yeah, so this is pretty much all done other than we're waiting. He's got the CP3 in. He just put that in. This is a 6.7 CP3, not a 5.9, and it's got a bags kit on it, so it flows a little bit more. We're actually in the process of doing the steering box right now. We pulled off the old one, taking the one off the Mega Cab, the red head box, right?
Yeah, red head steering
it's a
box.
red head steering box that's going to go on this. And we're actually hoping to get this running tonight, maybe, or tomorrow.
Maybe. It's probably looking like tomorrow now. We still got to drop the tank and do a sump and stuff, and it's already 7 through.
Yeah, so the only thing we have to do is still put the fuel
hydraulics.
lab. Yeah, the hydraulics for
Trans.
the clutch as well. And then the fuel lab that's on the Mega Cab is going on this truck, and he's going to do either a new Fast or a new Air Dog.
Yeah, a big pump.
Big pump.
That one's a 200 gallon per hour. We're going to go for like a 260 or 295. And then we'll also get a new steering gearbox. That one's been sitting out in the rain and stuff. I'm not saying it's bad, but we're just going to put a newer one on that truck, and then this one gets the hand-me-down parts.
So there's his new billet pulley that he got. He's cleaning them to put them on. We got the old exhaust taken off today. It was rusted.
Totally rusted out.
It completely rusted out. We didn't even have to cut that. And then it's got a big old hole in the muffler. And then me and Alec, he brought down this cat.
I'll pull this piece off so you can...
Link brought this cat down to us when we were working down at the shop one weekend and had us weld on this cat and this adapter for this. So we took some 4-inch to a cat, which is, well, it's not really a cat. It's a fake cat. And then we did just a small piece and then an adapter for a 4 to a 5-inch so that he can pass emissions.
And then run the rest of the 5-inch exhaust back.
Yeah, diamond eye the rest of the way back. So that's where we're at. I'm going to time lapse a little bit for you guys here, but we're just really trying to get this running tonight. I've got stuff to do tomorrow morning, so maybe tomorrow night I'll come out and help fish him. But yeah, today is actually day 3 of this video because I was here till like 11:30 last night, and we were trying to get the sump put in on the tank, and the tank ended up having like 25 gallons of fuel in it. So we had to do it 5-gallon buckets at a time out of a little tiny drill bit hole because we didn't know how much was in it. So it took forever to drain. But we're actually about to start this thing up. We've got the charger on it, turbo's done, everything under the valve cover's done.
Whew. I'm tired of working on this thing, boys.
We took the belt off because we don't have, the power steering's done too. We got the redhead gearbox in, new pitman arm, new tie rod. But the belt's not on because we don't have a power steering cooler on it, so it's just going to spray everywhere. We don't have any intercooler piping, don't need it just to make sure it starts. But we also did the hydraulics on the clutch, got the fuel lab, got the fuel lab put in, the sumps put in, everything down here, you can see that's all done. Sorry, it's at an angle. We've got some wiring and stuff loose right now. We're just trying to make sure this thing actually fires up, being that we don't know anyone who's done this. It runs, and it actually drove in here under its own power. Clutch needs a little bit of adjustment, but overall it sounds good. It sounds like we might need to check valve lash again up front. There's something in the top of the valve cover that's kind of ticking a little bit. So, and then we're having issues finding a actual auxiliary for the fuel lab. So we were having a fueling issue. That's why I had to hold the fuses into a port to keep it running. All right, Link, what do you think of the truck?
I would say I'm pretty happy. It runs. There's no leaks anywhere. There's still work to do. It's not done, so it's not over yet, but I'm definitely happy that it runs for sure.
And for a hybrid.
And for a hybrid.
We don't know.
It came together.
We don't know anyone that's done it.
I mean, I still got to pull the valve cover off and check shit out underneath there and do a hot retorque and put the rest of the stuff together, but so far everything seems good. There's not a miss anywhere. I mean, it fired right up after the system was bled. So, yeah, I'm happy.
And it's still the first of its kind as far as we're aware. Still.
I mean, I've done read-ups on people doing them online, but I don't know anybody personally that's done it. So, yeah, it's the first that I've personally seen.
I've never seen one, or I've never even heard of one until Link shot me the idea of what his plan was with it. But we got a long ways to go with this, and a lot more to do. Sorry for such a long video. This one's going to be definitely a longer one. It's spanned over 3 weeks and 3 days, 3
It's
weekends.
late right now. We're beat. It's 10 o'clock at night right now. So.
Not terribly late, but we were here.
We've had a long day. We've been out here all day, yesterday and today. So.
Yeah, we were here at almost till 11:30 last night. So.
I'm beat. I'm not working on it tomorrow at all.
But yeah.
Relaxing.
So you guys will get more update videos on this. Hopefully by the next time I get out here, Link will actually have this whole fascia done, and it'll be running and driving.
That's the goal.
So he's going to keep plugging away on it throughout the week. Make sure you guys like, subscribe to the video, and stay tuned for more project videos. And I think I'm going to upload one of the other projects me and Alec have been working on. He started to build his truck again, so I might upload some of that. Let me know if you guys have any questions on this motor or anything for Link. We'll be more than happy to answer stuff for you,
Yeah, thanks, guys.
especially with this.
We'll talk to you next time.